Okay, so Moonshine in My Blood Part 2. Now it turns out this house behind me, they call it a hunting camp now, is where my grandfather got busted for making and selling moonshine. So I need permission first before I can go into this property and look around. So we'll come back another time. Apparently it was a farm back in the 30s, and my grandfather worked at the talc mine in Madoc. I'm just going to tell you his name. I'm not going to tell you what road I'm on, just to protect these houses. So his name was William Stafford Casabo, and he lived along this road a whole bunch of time, or a bunch of places. So it got confusing when I was talking to my aunt, but now I have it nailed down. So down in this area, he used to have a log cabin. So we're going to go find this. There will only be foundations left. And my great-grandfather lived down there too, so we're gonna go in from another road here and see if we can find anything. We brought snowshoes this week, so we'll give her. Yeah, I want to come back to this place right here, and have a look around in there. There should be some evidence of a furnace made for the moonshine still. Those rocks will still be there, so we're gonna nail this down. We're gonna find out where it was made. Now the cops came to the front door, and my grandmother went out the back door and run across the field to hide the stills. So it's got to be, if it's still here, it'll be in the water either on that side or back in the swamp over here. Not sure where. So we'll have a look. Alright, so we're at the other end of the road where my great-grandfather used to live. Down here, we're going to go search for his homestead, but not today because I got a sick kid. We brought the snowshoes and everything, but we're going to get that another day. Really nice down in here. You can see a cabin way back in there. So my grandfather had a brother named Francis who also got caught and busted for moonshine. Instead of going to jail, he committed suicide. Well, that's what the papers wrote. It's a little bit fishy, the circumstances. Apparently that day they were at a party drinking, and then they went to, now mind you, he was 23, had 6 kids. His wife, she was pretty good looking. He was kind of a jealous type of guy from what I read in the newspaper article. And they went to a party, a friend's house first, were drinking beer, had some moonshine, went to a party in some kind of dance in a tin of light. And she got scared because he used to beat her apparently when he got drinking, so she went home with somebody else, some friends of hers. In the morning she came home and seen the horse still tied up to the, I think it was the cutter or the carriage, I'm not sure at the time. Both newspaper articles say something different. So anyway, she seen the cellar door open. She went downstairs, seen him slumped over in a potato bin, so she ran upstairs to get her, I think it was her mother was living upstairs with them. Anyway, they come downstairs to discover he had bled out. He got shot in the leg. Now this is the fishy part that I have trouble believing, because if you're going to commit suicide, you wouldn't shoot yourself in the leg. So it was either an accident or someone shot him. The police found 2 shell penetrations, like shotgun marks, in the floor. 2 empty cartridges laying there, and the 3rd empty cartridge was in the gun. And the 3rd shot went through his leg. Now, if you have an old shotgun, it was a single barrel shotgun, and it probably would have had a 30-inch barrel on it. So that'd be quite the feat to hold the gun up at the right angle to shoot yourself in the leg. Anybody would have been committing suicide. I know me anyway. You probably wouldn't have put it on your leg to do it. So it seems kind of fishy. My grandfather at the time, I guess they all thought that she had shot him in the leg or something like that, but who really knows? It happened so long ago. The guy was only 23. Instead of paying the fine and going to jail for 2 months, he said he was going to run away, but that's the excuse they had. They had a big inquiry on it and everything. But anyway, that's a different part of some family history. Up here, it's really nice back in here. We're going to come back. We're going to go down this road. And the kid's feeling better with snowshoes, because I have a feeling it's not too far down there. And then we're going to come back in the summertime, metal detect. Now I know this is not my normal type of video I do, but I felt it important to record some of this family history before it's forgotten. I know my kids would never know about anything about it if it wasn't for this video. So anyway, you want to see more moonshine in my blood? Please comment, rate, and subscribe. And the plan is to go back to my grandfather's house there and find where he had had his still, and we're going to see if we can run some moonshine there, maybe this summer. We'll see. Not that I really want to drink it because it's pretty powerful stuff, but I was also talking to a lady down the road, Rose. She remembers her cows getting out years ago, and in behind my grandfather's house was farm at the time, actually, because he was working in Madoc in the talc mine and doing farming on the side and doing moonshine on the side to pay for things, I guess. That said her cows got out, ran down in behind the marsh behind his house, and she said she's seen a moonshine still. Like, she didn't know what it was. She saw a boiler and a bunch of copper wire and everything, and she had come home and asked her husband, and he said that was a moonshine still. So it was verified to be in there somewhere, so we're gonna go see. I don't know if it's where my grandmother threw it or he was still making moonshine at the time when she seen it, because she wasn't clear on the year. She's getting close to be 100 years old, so it's hard to talk to. Anyway guys, please comment, rate, and subscribe. Talk to you later.